Hey, welcome everyone. I am Michael Clark. This is Facts at 5 here at LTV Studio in Wainscott, New York. And it is Cinco de Mayo. And today we'll be talking about the fact that hospitalizations have taken a little bit of a rise on the 14th day. They had done 13 days straight. And police are investigating the death of a windsurfer over in Napeague and a couple more goodies. But first, say hello to my lovely friend, Morgan.
Hello, Michael.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
So,
How are you?
So what's going on with the stats on with the coronavirus stats?
We had a little bit of an unfortunate rise yesterday, which was on the 14th day. And as we know, we need to have 14 days of continuing decline in order to reopen, as it were. So there was a little bit of a rise. The stats for today, and that was from yesterday.
Right.
So there was a rise over on Sunday to Monday. The numbers as of today, Tuesday, May 5th, are 38,243 in Suffolk County. Now, we also know that that includes people who have taken the antibody test as well, which is 784 in Southampton, 228 in East Hampton. Governor Cuomo said that New York will start reopening its economy on a regional basis. The New York pause order, as we know, ends on May 15th, but downstate areas, which is us, will likely do so far later than upstate, because you got little counties upstate that have, 3 people in them or something. They can open up.
Right.
Obviously, I'm being hyperbolic. It's not really 3 people.
No.
But we understand that.
Right. You have to be clear about that.
I have to be clear about that, right? So but Suffolk County and Nassau County, because we're so dense, has a large proportion.
We're actually behind New York City. In fact, there's 7 categories. I think I was.
Oh, right. The metrics, they're calling them. Right.
And we're only meeting 2 of the categories.
Yeah, we're the
New
worst.
York City is 3. Yeah.
Yeah, we are meeting the worst, because it also has to do with how much space your hospital has, and that's one of the things out here is we only have 1 hospital for the East End, unless you go to Stony Brook.
Right.
So anyway, so there is this slight bump. Now, Vaughan has said that maybe we can make it so it's really 3 days. It's got to rise for 3 days, but we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, that is a little bit of a bump, and that is not what we want to see, but that is the facts. Them's the facts.
Them's are the facts, and it could just be a little blip, right? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
So they take a 3-day average, I think.
Well, now they're thinking about doing that,
Right.
Because it actually, just to your point, it does make more sense to take a longer sample than to have, 1 day, which could, for whatever reason.
Right.
So we'll see what they're going to do. But as for right now, the idea that we're going to definitely open on May 15th is not looking very good for Suffolk County.
Okay. More to follow on that, I guess.
Yep.
And unfortunately, a windsurfer was pulled out of the water off Lazy Point in Amagansett last night and pronounced dead at the Stony Brook Southampton Hospital a short time later. East Hampton Town Police and the Amagansett Fire Department were called at 5:23 and to the end of Lazy Point Road after a man had been pulled out of Napeague Harbor. And emergency medical service personnel were told the man was in cardiac arrest and cardiopulmonary resuscitation was underway. The 58-year-old, whose name has not been released yet, had been windsurfing. There were several other windsurfers around in the area early Monday evening, and detectives in the division are investigating the circumstances. Obviously, it's not a crime scene, but at least we think it's not a crime scene. It was not immediately clear, though, if he experienced, a medical event or if he just simply had an accident. But that's the second time that's happened. Back in 2014, a 39-year-old man from Brooklyn died in a windsurfing incident off of Lazy Point as well. So that name will be released as soon as we get it.
Be careful out there.
Yeah.
The upcoming East Hampton Village elections, which seems like they've been going on forever, are going to go on for even more. They are no longer on June 16th. They are going to be on September 15th.
So that's the mayor and 2 board seats, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what's going to be happening. We're not going to be able to vote in June. We're going to have to wait till September 16th if you live in the Village of East Hampton.
Okay. All right. And some other local, ultra-local news. Sag Harbor's Colson Whitehead. He won his second Pulitzer Prize for fiction. Great news. He is he joined a pretty exclusive group of authors who have won not one but two Pulitzer Prizes for fiction, and he's the first in history to do it for back-to-back novels. He was awarded the 2020 Pulitzer Prize on Monday for his novel The Nickel Boys, released on Doubleday, and the Pulitzer Board described the novel as a spare and devastating exploration of abuse at a reform school in the Jim Crow era. Florida, that is ultimately a powerful tale of human perseverance, dignity, and redemption. Mr. Whitehead is now just the fourth author to have won two Pulitzer Prizes for fiction. Again, like I said, pretty good company. Booth Tarkington, William Faulkner, and John Updike, and he's the first to do it with, again, with the in consecutive novels.
Right. And that is by Annette Hinkle for Sag Harbor Express.
Yes.
That is an amazing accomplishment. Look at that. Booth Tarkington, William Faulkner, and John Updike. That's pretty good.
Pretty strong, yeah.
That guy must be really good. I probably should read that book. Okay, so we're just going to touch again on East Hampton Chamber of Commerce is waiving its fee to access its help with small business. So if you want help with your small business and you can't afford right now to join the chamber, you can go ahead and they will help you with the economic injury disaster loan and also the paycheck protection loan. And they will waive their fee to join until June 1st.
Nice.
And that is at so it's easthamptonchamberofcommerce.com.
Okay. So a lot of people talking about masks, right? You hear people complaining all the time about people riding by on bicycles without masks, and when they should, when they shouldn't, and what the law actually says. But here's your chance to voice your opinion. So New Yorkers are being asked to submit videos that show New Yorkers why it is so important to wear a mask in public. So the video should be less than 30 seconds long and show a mask properly worn over the mouth and nose. The winning video will be used as a public service announcement, PSA, and the videos must be submitted by May 30th. So that's a statewide, right? That's a statewide thing. You know what? We should do that.
Sure.
Let's do it.
I'll do it. Yeah, let's do it. I want to do it.
Okay, so we're putting this out there, folks. If you have a great idea for a video, submit it to us at LTV. Okay, just send it to, or just notify me at fax@ltveh.org, and or Morgan at ltveh.org, and we'll give you instruction on how to do that. We got such a creative community out here.
Yeah.
So come on, we can one up them.
We can do it. You have to tag New York Tough. You go to Twitter, but. I mean, here's the thing. Nobody wants to wear the mask. They're uncomfortable. You can't really breathe in them, even if you're just walking.
Glasses get steamed up.
Glasses get steamed up.
I haven't figured that out.
Well,
yet.
there's some people who have ideas about that. But I think there has to be a reason that you want to wear it because it makes you look fantastic or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let's think about that.
Yeah, it's a fashion statement now.
It is a fashion statement.
Well, that's good.
Okay, so now a new segment. I'm behind this. Mythbusters.
Okay.
Does sunlight kill the coronavirus? What do you think?
I think it does.
Okay.
Not.
Well, you're both right.
Oh.
UV light, just from the sun, can mitigate slightly the coronavirus, but it does not kill it by any means. And the UV light that they're talking about is the kind that is used in hospitals that it's called UVC, not UVA or UVB that you get the sunscreen for. And the amount of UVC that would be needed to accomplish complete viral eradication is not safe for humans and can result in burns, eye injuries, and even skin cancer. I got this from 4 different sources. The World Health Organization added the coronavirus Mythbusters page on its website. And it said, exposing yourself to the sun or to temperatures higher than 77 degrees Fahrenheit does not prevent the coronavirus. You can catch COVID-19 no matter how sunny or hot the weather is. Countries with hot weather have reported cases of COVID-19. It is not a reason to say that you're at the beach. It is not a reason not to wear the masks. It is one of these things that has caught fire, and everybody knows that we have fewer cases of the flu in the summer. Mm-hmm. So we're just saying, okay, this is going to go away for a little bit.
Right.
It is not 100%, and you certainly don't want to hurt yourself by getting so much sun that when you're trying to kill the coronavirus.
Okay, so that's a fact. We can put that one to rest.
That is, you can put that one in the bank.
Multiple sources saying that.
Multiple
Because I've seen a lot of people like, oh, how come my kids can't play on the playground with other kids, for example? Like they're on the monkey bars, and if there's something on the are there monkey bars anymore?
I think there are.
Okay, so they're on there and they,
Well, they
somebody's
can live on
transmitted it.
porous surfaces for a certain amount of time. And you know what? The sun is probably better than nothing, but
sure.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to kill the virus.
Okay.
It's absolutely not going to kill the virus the way that it needs to be killed in order for you not to catch it.
Right.
So that is your Mythbuster for today.
Okay, well, that's good. So we're going to be doing, every time we come up with something, or maybe even daily, come up with a little bit and try to dispel
Anybody got a good
those
one?
rumors.
Yeah, there's not enough myths out there to cover.
Yeah, they surface every day, for sure.
One other piece of good news that I had was that Red Cross has now a COVID-19 family support website you can go to, and they'll connect you with people who can help you. This is if you have lost somebody in your family due to COVID-19.
Oh, that's good.
And I actually went to the website to check it out, and it seems very reasonable. The information is on the slates on the end. It is redcross.org/New York State Family Support or something. Okay. New York State COVID Family Support. So anyway, it's just one other way that maybe you could get some help if you needed it.
Yeah, that's great. And folks, we would like your input. Why don't you tell us things that, we're trying to bring you the news that's ultra local. Obviously, it's mostly COVID-19 these days. But shoot us a note. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us what you want to know. Tell us a good story. Be our reporters on the feet on the street kind of thing. If there's a good story out there, share it with us, and we'll try to share it with the rest of the community on the air, because that's what we're about. That's what LTB is about, and that's what we're trying to accomplish here. So by all means, you send it to facts, FACTS, @ltbeh.org, and we'd be glad to take a look at it and see if it's something worthwhile. If you got videos, and once again, we're still collecting music videos of original music for East End Underground. We continue you'll see those playing on the station, and there's some really good stuff. Really, really. I don't know if you had the opportunity to view some of them, but some of the videos have been outstanding. So keep those coming in, folks, and we appreciate it. And why don't you say, what we have coming up in the interview?
Oh.
Inda.
Oh, Inda Eaton.
Yeah.
Angela's interviewing Inda Eaton next.
Yeah, and
That's
I think, and she's going to be showing a video that Mike Lavin, one of the LTV, one of our people, did put the video together for her.
That's amazing.
It's really, really good. So please enjoy that. And once again, thank you to Sound Aircraft Services, and to everyone else. And please stay safe and be well, and we will see you again tomorrow. But stay tuned for Angela and Inda. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Today on Facts at 5, we've got a very special, talented performer with us, singer-songwriter and Springs resident, Inda Eaton. Inda, thank you for
Hello, Angela. I know you're in the city because the people just honk, so I'm good. I can tell you calling from the city.
I am literally sheltering in place, not in my home in Springs, which I would much prefer to be in. The last time I saw you, literally performing and in person, was at Bay Street at your amazing sold-out concert on, I believe it was March 7th, that Saturday night, roughly a week before we got this whole mandate our lives changed dramatically. You were amazing. And ironically, your new album, Shelter in Place, are you a psychic? What's going on? Talk to me first about how your life is. Yeah. I mean, how are you feeling, with all this? It's so many changes.
I think it's like taking sips from the fire hydrant, trying to get a glass of water from a fire hydrant, really. And our last show is called Shelter in Place. And what can we say? That was the last public outing. I think we knew things were getting weird. And our bass player, Jeff, who works at the hospital, he took me aside. He's the IT guy at the hospital. And Jeff took me aside and he said, Inda, we're going to barely get this done. I was just on, calls with the CDC, and our lives are going to change. Nancy Atlas had just been back from Ecuador, and she took me aside and she said, I know you sold out, but they may not come. And so we looked around and we knew our lives were going to change. And I was just happy if a couple people came that night because I knew things were tanking.
Yeah. Well, you had a great house and a great, great show. I mean, it still stays with me. Let's talk about Shelter.
Yeah, well, I thank you, and I thank you on behalf of everybody because that is such a labor of love. The record is a labor of love, and I'm even learning more about it in this time. And here's the situation: we made this Shelter in Place record literally in this house. I put it together with a credit card. We put it together after my grandmother who raised me died. And then a year to the day, my mother died. And in all of this, there we are with this record. So we couldn't really get it out and get it going. So then we get back on the horse and we say to ourselves and our people, we're going to go raise the roof. We're going to release the free video, which we never did until now. And we're going to go celebrate this album. Well, then the pandemic hit. And so once again, and now it's like global hospice. So for me personally, it was grandma hospice, Mama Hospice, and now Global Hospice. And we have this title of an album called Shelter in Place.
Well,
it's a lot to unpack.
That's a lot. No, but it's weird how things converge, and we're all obviously processing our new lives, what this means, what it's going to look like going forward. And as an artist and a performer, you reach a lot of people through your music, and so I think it's all the more important, that this comes out now. Talk about the music video. Do we call it even a music video? Our own Mike Lavin from LTV went on the road with you, right? And shot and edited. It's beautiful.
That's right.
The song "Free" makes I get chills. It's such a great song. We're going to play it, obviously, after this.
Thank you.
It's such a treat. Talk about what that experience was like, because you grew up in Wyoming and Arizona.
Look, there's a lot to unpack, and in fact. So it's nothing short of Wayne's World. I mean, if you really think about it, we got Mike Lavin from LTV, right? The community access cable company. Right. He and his girlfriend from Queens, they happen to be going through Wyoming. We're having a mini tour. And we knew we wanted images from Wyoming and we wanted images from the East. And at the time, and I think it's okay, we were thinking there's East and West, and we're all very similar. How can we put together something that brings us together? Because even when we put this together in September, the vitriol and the political energy was crappy then. And so there was a lot of that involved. So we go out to Wyoming, and we got the New Yorkers, we got the Wyoming people. And I really thought we were just going to throw down and have these big old verbal fights. I thought we were just going to have bar fights, basically. And what we found out is we did not. And we ended up getting some dialogue and some conversations with some people. We were just really in the flow. So when we got the footage from Wyoming, which, I mean, we're finding a family who lives in a ranch in this video that we became friends with. We're going to a super fun site to have an International Peace Day where they're doing a bunch of cowboys and rednecks are holding hands in a labyrinth for International Peace Day on a former super fun site. Then we come back to where we live here in the East End, and then we put our people in it, people who work at the fire department, people who work at the hospital. We had no idea really what we were cooking up, but it just felt good.
And now when you watch it, we only have a little bit of time before we get to show the video. How do you feel about the song now in light of everything that's happened, and how it seems like it's united a lot of people, and it's a real anthem in a way to me.
Well, I love that. And I think it is an anthem. We held back on the video because it didn't seem like the right time to bring it out. And now my thinking is, I think the freedom versus geography, or freedom that's implied there with the city and the freedom of the open spaces, now it's beyond that. To me, it's freedom of inner spirit. Now, to me, I think we're getting into kind of tragic optimism, kind of that Alice Walker space where we just say, secret of possessing joy, like it is our inner spirit. And probably, Angela, that's where it was all along, is just my little mind couldn't take it in. And so I think it's about that kind of unabashed freedom to let some stuff go. And that's really what we're learning. When you spend all this time with yourself and in these spaces as we grieve, I mean, that's just it too, Angela. We're grieving. There's not a person that isn't in hospice right now. We are grieving hardcore. We're sitting around like some dystopian Robinson Crusoe movie. Well, you know, like Wilson, Tom Hanks is talking to the volleyball, and we're really getting to know ourselves, and that's painful. Yeah. And I think what really comes from this is this freedom to say, screw it. There's a lot of stuff that happened before this that I'm not going to do anymore. I'm not going to take anymore. And I want to let this go.
Yeah. Well, the album is called Shelter in Place. It's your 8th album. There are 11 equally, I mean, all the songs I think are amazing. I mean, that's very prejudiced for me, but I really think your music is unique and it's heartfelt, and it's from the heartland a lot, but it's also worldly. And we're going to put up information about how we can reach you and get the album. And we're going to play Free Now, which is your new video. And the album is called Shelter in Place. Inda Eaton, thank you so much for joining us.
I woke up in the desert, I woke up in the plains, I woke up in the valley of the shadow of death, but I fear no evil, for thou art not with me, and I am free, 'cause I'm free to roam, and I'm free to go, to spread my wings, to be free, complacent in Tucson where I met you by plane, was a whirlwind, was a daydream, sometimes everything ends up in pain, but thou art not with me, and I am free, 'cause I'm free to roam, and I'm free to go, to spread my wings, to be free, and I'm free to roam, and I'm free to go, to spread my wings, to be free. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, I woke up in the desert, I woke up in the plains, I woke up in the valley of the shadow of death, but I fear no evil, when thou